All right.
Hello, Isaac.
Hello, Sylvia.
All the way in Malaysia.
That's right. Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful Malaysia.
Mm,
So you've just finished the starmatrix Masters course.
that's right. And I really enjoyed the journey. It is really one of a kind journey. And it took me to many places in my life experiences. And it's so wonderful and amazing to recount things that I have long forgotten actually, and it's amazing how the energy mind can bring me back to those memories and star events and really to look at it in a different light, to really enjoy it and to relish what I have.
Yeah, it's yeah, and you started using it with clients as well, didn't you?
Pardon?
You started using it with clients as well.
Oh yes, that's right. I started using it with clients even from the very beginning. I was using it and experimenting with how it affects my client energy state, and I mean I was getting amazing results with it. And the client, you can see their face just glow suddenly. They open up, and and that, I just love looking at my client response and react to star memories that just pop up like that, and it's just amazing what it does to them and their energy.
Yeah, to them and to us when we do it ourselves, isn't it?
Oh, yes, that's right.
It just really does change the way you think about your life, doesn't it?
It does. It does. In fact, as I look back, I think I have changed after doing this course. I have changed because when I look back at my history, my life history, as it were, uh, it now feels so much fuller,
Yeah.
more fulfilled.
Richer.
Yes, richer. That's right, richer. And yeah, and before I took the course, it felt like there were missing holes, in my life, and I didn't know how to piece things together. But now I look at it, I've it's like I've completed my jigsaw puzzle of my life.
Yes. Yeah, and I know exactly what you mean. My life didn't make sense under the trauma paradigm.
Yeah,
It just did not make sense. But when we put the star memories in it, it's like, well, of course,
that's right.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's awesome. Yeah, cool. I remember a story that you told on the course of a client who was from an indigenous tribe and
Oh,
connected with the nature, with the magic in the blood, with the nature of the forest.
that's
I
right.
wonder if you would tell us this story today because it was so beautiful and it touched me so tremendously.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see where what.
Just remember it as it was, and
Okay. All right. I'll try to recall as much as I can on this one. Well, this client of mine, yes, she had an issue about how her life has been deprived of so much things, and she didn't know where she was in the sense of where she was in her life, and she was actually looking for some guidance, uh, and what we did was to look for some words that positive uh, words or thoughts that we could tap on. And one of them that came up was this. It was what's the exact word that was used now? It's to do with having the intuition from the grandmother. The grandmother was able to be was able to link to stories about my client's grandfather, who often went into the forest and never got lost. He felt that he was guided by the spirits of the jungle. Never once in his journey as he foraged in the jungle had he ever got lost. Somehow or another, it brought him to the back home, and even after going deep into that jungle. And he said that he's always been guided by some spirit of the jungle. And so that brought my client, to realize, with the star memory that came up because of that, that actually she comes from a line of that the something like the Iban or the Aboriginal line that depended on this intuition to lead them in their life, and she has it, and yeah, that's right. So when the star memory came about her grandmother talking about her grandfather having this special power, mystical power to guide her in their life, or the grandfather in their life. So it was she was so encouraged by that memory, and she realized that really she has the same type of intuitive spiritual guidance that has come down the line from that generation to her generation.
Ah, that is when I read the story, I was so moved by that. We started with a person who lives in the modern world and who's all at sea and all confused and doesn't know what to do. And we get this connection with this powerful line of ancestors.
That's right.
And the magic in the blood, awakens. And I think that's so beautiful. And the person is no longer alone. They have their ancestors now.
That's right. That's right.
They've reconnected to their ancestral star line. I love that so much. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Welcome.
This is the sort of powerful thing we get to when we connect with our star memories, isn't it?
That's right. Amazing.
And I don't know any other way in which something like that could be accomplished.
Exactly.
This
I
is
mean,
only
my most recent one was when the client had when I brought the client to a star memory, and that star memory brought him back to 32 years back, the birth of his first child, and it was amazing because there he felt that it was a new chapter in his life,
okay.
and he was in the midst of a crisis, and it was unfolding, and really it was unfolding in a positive way, where once that that problem was solved, it's going to be a new chapter in his life too.
Okay. Well, that's so
Right.
beautiful. And I love the way um, when people's energy minds send exactly the right memory.
Exactly. It's so amazing.
It shows the client as well there's something inside of them that knows, that has the answers, that it's not coming from us. We're not telling you what to think or to do. I
That's
keep
right.
saying that it's not about what I know, it's what you know. And that's the most revolutionary thing about Star Matrix, is that the wisdom and the cure is inside the person.
That's right. Exactly. That's right.
Oh, sorry, I don't. Yeah, so yeah, tell me what else you liked about the Star Matrix course while we're here. I love to hear it. It's wonderful.
Well, I think you just brought up about a video on the pile of failures or something like that.
Yes, I did. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. So, and that brought me to the thought about these iris Alzheimer and the insults that we remember and the failures we remember, and we forget about the actual experiences that were star events. And it's so sad that you can have the, as I say, the journey, but you forget the scenery, the experiences that you went through that were positive, the things that you gained from it, and then to actually to label it a failure is sad.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
And
I think
it's just crazy because there's, I mean, one of the things we learned is that everybody's had their own unique childhood and
yes,
their own unique star events in that childhood. And it doesn't matter that this may be looked at from the outside as a terrible childhood, but every child creates their own star events somehow.
yes,
And they're unique, and that's what makes us unique. And the more weird our childhoods were, the more unique our collection of star events, isn't it? If you think about it. And
yes,
this was for me really healing because I had a very strange childhood. And I always thought I was disabled by this um, strange childhood. But it's not actually true. It's put me in a unique position.
yeah. And I have clients who come in to me and they think that the whole life is a failure.
Yes.
you know,
Yeah, I
and
know. I mean, to a degree, I completely understand this because I thought this too. I thought that I had created some very wonderful things, but it was a failure because I couldn't get, I don't know, thousands of people to shout my name or something. And I was so wrong about that. I was so wrong about that. So I
and
totally understand this. I thought this too. My life, I had a terrible childhood, and that is why my life has been such a failure.
and it's people like this who will benefit the most from Star Matrix.
Yes. Yes.
Just take
Yep.
them on their journey, the Star Matrix journey, I tell you, they'll have a complete change about what their life was. It's not a
Yes.
failure anymore.
And as I keep saying from my personal experience, I thought I was an ungrateful person, and I'm not. And it's so good to, and it's all these old beliefs.
Hmm.
They just crumble. You don't have to work on them. You don't have to tap on them. It just happens, that like I had this huge wave of gratitude and I was like, wow, I'm not ungrateful at all. I know how to be grateful. Oh wow, for me that was a huge moment, like a
Hmm.
personal miracle. And something that we really need to remember here and tell people who don't know enough about Star Matrix yet. All we do is remember positive memories.
Yes, as simple as that.
That's all we do. We don't do anything else. We don't stand on our heads. We don't pray. We don't sit in a lotus position. We don't meditate. All we literally do is remember our star memories.
And most importantly, we don't look for traumas and think that by resolving them, we have a happier life, which is not
Yes,
true.
it's not true. No, it doesn't work. I mean,
Uh,
we can conclusively now say, after 150 years of that, it does not work. It's failed. So let's try Star Matrix instead. It certainly makes us happy. I
yes,
love it. I
definitely.
think it's beautiful. I hear you're going to talk about it at
Oh,
a
yes.
hypnotherapist conference.
I'll be speaking on that at the Association of Hypnotherapy Practitioners in Malaysia. So
Ooh,
I'll be, yes. So I'll be talking on this topic on star metrics and
cool.
introducing them to something eye-opening.
And
And
if you combine Star Matrix with hypnosis and you have the client there, And you can say, literally say to them, all right, and your energy mind will now take you to the perfect star memory
Mhm.
that you need today to make the changes that you need to make.
That's right.
Beautiful. What's the time of day? What's the time of year?
Yes.
I
Yes,
love
I'm
it.
looking.
And it's such a beautiful thing. And I would, oh man, this is so beautiful. I love it. I love it to bits.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that happening in front of everybody. Yes, they see something like that happening, and that will be amazing for them. They'll be amazing, you know. And
Yeah, and again, you see, because it comes from the client, it is the client's lived experience.
yes, exactly.
There is no argument. It's not coming from the outside. It's not me telling you that, I don't know, your mother loved you. I remembering the thing where she turned up with the forgotten homework.
Yes, that's right.
I just a star memory there that I remember from you. But it's not me telling you that your mother loved me, or that you were wrong about thinking she didn't love you. It's coming from your lived experience. It's
That's right.
incontrovertible. It is
That's
not bullshit. It's not delusion.
that's right.
It is real, and that's why it's so powerful. And I love it so much. Um, that hypnotherapy thing, I so want to report on that, please.
All right.
Because
Certainly,
I am a
follow.
trained hypnotherapist as well and a hypnotherapy teacher. So I just love hypnosis. I haven't done much of it in the latest years because of the energy research. But just to have people lying there relaxed on the couch and going into the perfect star memory that they need today to help them make the changes that they need to make is just beautiful, isn't it?
Yes, and also I'll be, of course, introducing Star Matrix and to my EFT chapter group, and again another avenue, just to be able to tell everybody about Star Matrix. I think it's just amazing thing that we are having here, something that will definitely benefit everybody,
Yes,
and and
really
which
does. It
yes,
really, really does. You're so right. And as a trainer, you can teach the Star Matrix Masters course too now, which is wonderful.
yeah,
So,
that's right.
yeah, that's going to be, and people just love it. Do make sure because the Star Matrix, I've done the Star Matrix Masters course 6 times, and my seventh time is going to be starting in a few days. And I've never taught a course more than once.
Okay, so that will be a record for you. And
Absolute record,
yeah,
and absolutely love it because every time you do the course, you get different memories.
yeah, it's
And
never
there are
the same.
different people on the course, and they have different memories. And when they tell
Yes,
their memories, that triggers you to remember things that you wouldn't have remembered if that person hadn't said that. So I'm looking forward to lots more content for my book of stars and lots more insights personally. And you'll have the same when you teach this course. You'll have that same effect. And you also then have the students like yourself who are going, wow, this was amazing. I loved it. So yeah. Oh God, can't go wrong with Star Matrix, can you?
no, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, it's all about positive. You can't go wrong with positive, as you said, and positive memories and all this. This is simply amazing. I don't see how it can ever go wrong in this case. uh,
No, I can't. I
uh,
can't see that. I can't see that either.
okay.
Okay, so I tell you what. By the powers vested in me, I now declare you a Star Matrix Master. Many congratulations,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
and absolute star student, star pupil as well. You did the work so beautifully, and also sharing your memories with us. That was so precious, and I really, really want to your um, indigenous person who connected with the spirit of the jungle and their timeline. That'll stay with me forever. And
Oh, okay.
your young aspect that saw the great library in the ship and in the water park, and your mother bringing you your homework to the school. All these things are with me now too. And I really do want to thank you for that, because, thank you.
Well, I'm happy to share it, and actually, if it makes other people's life richer, then that's amazing.
I believe our star memories are absolutely that they enrich other people's lives too. And they are missing from the world. People's star stories are missing from the world where all is full of chaos and confusion. And they're missing from um, parents and children talking to each other,
Yeah.
grandparents and children talking to each other, work teams talking to each other. They are missing from the world, and we want to bring them back. That's sort of my thing with that. And
Yes.
I'm just totally delighted that in Malaysia there will be people working with starmatrix now, thanks to you.
Oh, yes. Looking forward to that. Really looking forward to it. Uh,
Cool.
There's only one thing that I need to ask you about was the example you gave about what you call that life experience when you have a near death experience and then suddenly flashing before their eyes was their life history, and then about the fact that what they saw were positive events. There was no trauma in there. I was googling for that. I couldn't find anything about that. Perhaps you can give me the links and the reference.
This was a research project that I did around 2000, between 2000 and 2003. I got
Oh,
really interested in the experiences of people who had survived plane crashes.
oh, okay.
And
Do you
I,
have a
at the time, I was on an internet group, and I asked for people's experiences and got in contact with some people, and they told me their experiences. And at some point, about sort of the 10th, 15th person into it, I started to realize, where's the trauma?
oh,
Where's the trauma? I asked them about their experience. So, when you say your life flashed before your eyes, what do you mean by that? What did you see? And they'd say like, things like my young son playing in a green field with flowers that day, or spinning my wife round on our wedding day, or you know that sort of thing, or standing on a mountain that I climbed and looking over the land below. And I'm like, wait a minute, where's the trauma?
oh,
Where's the trauma? And I got suspicious, and then I asked some more people, but the story was always the same. They were telling me sequences of star events
you
all the
come up
way
with a
back in
paper.
2003.
Did
So
you come up with a paper on that?
I'm not, there is no scientific institute that I could write a paper on for this.
Yeah, so it was actually it was actual direct research by you with the people who have
Yes,
gone through the experience.
yes,
No wonder
that's
I
right.
googled it, couldn't find anything.
No, that was me actually talking to real living people and
Oh, oh,
asking them about their experiences.
so it's not a reference from some other studies. It's actually your own studies.
This was my own study somewhere
Ah,
between 2000 and 2003, and it was into. I kept asking people. This went on for longer than that.
oh,
Whenever I found anybody who had been in a plane crash and had that experience, not everybody does, but the people who did have it, and there were so many similarities. Like when they had that life flashing experience, it changed them profoundly. It changed their relationship to their family. It rearranged their values. And every one of them said that, and one of them was in a wheelchair.
uh-huh.
And he said that it doesn't matter that I can't walk anymore. I learned the most important thing in my life, and I would not trade that plane crash for anything.
Wow.
Yeah. And this change towards love, towards understanding what's really important in life, that comes with that moment when your memories flash before your eyes, your star memories.
Star memories, that's right.
It changes people for the better. It really does. And it's, well, just sorry it took me so long to put it all together. I'm just sorry it took me so long to put it all together, all the way to 2019. I mean, I knew the basic of this since 2003, when
Oh,
I first realized that when they were telling me about their life, there were no trauma memories in there.
ah,
None.
I see. That's amazing.
It
I
is.
yeah,
Yeah, it is
yeah.
amazing. It's as I say, I apologize to the world it took me so long. But it just shows how deeply obsessed with trauma everybody is, how deeply brainwashed everybody is, how nobody questions this idea that in order to be perfect, we have to cure all our traumas.
But there's
That
no apology needed because you came up with it. You're the only one who came up with this. So
it's weird, isn't it? That nobody else noticed that.
that's
But
right.
there we have it. It doesn't matter now. We have
Oh,
Star Matrix. We have
yes,
it. It's here.
exactly. It's here.
Anybody at any time who wants to redo my plane crash survivor research, they're very welcome to do that, and they will find the same thing.
Mm,
It's no trauma flashing. It's not
exactly.
important in the last moment of your life. Your traumas are nothing. They're not there. Only love remains.
Only love me. Yeah.
So
Okay.
powerful.
Wow. Wonderful.
It is. It is so amazing and beautiful. And we can use that right now to have happier lives by reconnecting with our star memories. You know,
Exactly. Ah.
and
So you're in
it's
that sense you're recreating the experiences of those plane crash survivors, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Ah, yeah.
yeah.
And in a very systematic way, in a structured way, so that it could repeat this experience again and again and get out the positive result from that.
Right, right. Yeah,
Wow.
it is very.
That's
It's really
amazing.
very.
What you have done is amazing, you know?
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
very simple as well. It makes sense and it's nice. And I think I'm sorry to sometimes say Star Matrix is the way. It is the way. Like if somebody would like to strengthen their religious experiences in the context of their own religion, with their own prayers and with their own thing, they can remember the most spiritual times they've personally ever experienced
Mm,
and connect with that, you
yes.
know? And that is beautiful because it invites everybody in it. There is no division here. Everybody's had star memories. That's a
Exactly.
place where we can come together in love and without hatred.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm
Yes.
it's just
That's, I mean, it's beautiful what you
what can I
can do.
say?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, right. Last words to you, Isaac.
Yes.
What would you
Yes.
like to tell the people out there?
I would like to tell everyone that we have an amazing new course called Star Matrix that will change them for the better. They will filter out those things that they felt are negative in their life and bring out the positive. And you're going to be able to see your life in a new light, a more positive light. And nothing beats that, to be able to see things differently from what was so negative. And now to look at your life again and then suddenly realize, hey, it's not so bad after all. In fact, it's even better than I thought it was, you know. And to have that new appreciation of who you are and what your life is all about is something that you don't want to miss. You don't want to miss.
No, you don't. I wish I'd had it 20 years ago, 50 years ago. I wish my mother had had it, my father,
Yeah.
you know. But here we are, and we've started. I think we're on the right track. Star Matrix is definitely the way. So yeah, thank you very much. That was
Thank you,
fantastic.
Sylvia.
And we are going to go forward. We're going to have many more conversations as time goes by. This is
Uh-huh.
brand new. There's loads of more discoveries to be made.
Yeah.
This is real treasures and riches await us in understanding what we human beings are really all about.
That's right.
This is so important to me. Ha, ha. Thank you. Well, lots of love to you, and thank you very much, dear
Thank you.
Isaac.
Wonderful. Good night. For me, it's good night. For you. Okay.